Now see, what we have learned here is that how to write a simple C program. Okay, and now this, the first we have written this program without using any function. Now we will write the same program to find the factorial of a given number by using the functions. Okay, now using the function. Okay, now see, first of all, this thing, this basic thing will be same. Okay, this is your header file, and then all the program you have to start from your main function. This part will be same in every program. Okay, so we'll write. Okay, so first we will include our this header file. Fine. It will be same for any program which you are writing. Okay, this is your header file, and then this main program. Okay, this your program will always start from your program will always start from your main function, and all the statement you have to write inside this main function, whatever you want. Okay, so now we want to find the factorial for a given number. So first of all, the same way, this in the variable n, and we have to take this variable n. So same will be here also. Any integer n variable I will declare here, and from the user, by this scanf statement, I will take this input from your user. Okay, up to here our program is same. Okay, now after this, what we have done is we have written this factorial program logic inside this main. Now I want to find the factorial. So what I want to do, what I will do here is I will take one more function, factorial function, and all these steps factorial I will include inside that function. Okay, because we are seeing how to write a function only. Okay, so now see, I will take a factorial function. Okay, so the name of my function is factorial. Fine, so the name of my function is the factorial. Okay, I will write here. Okay, now name of my function is factorial, and then what you have to write. Okay, what I told you, if you are defining any function, then what you have to do is main is also a function, so you have to write the name of the function included with this parenthesis, and the what your function is returning, which value your function is returning, that data type we have to write here. Okay, so our main is was not returning any, so we have used void. Now this factorial function, I will return my factor, whatever the factorial I will calculate using this function, that I want to return to my main function. So I will use this int what int data type here. So my function is int factorial this, and again the same thing, it will start from the opening curly braces and end with the this and closing curly bracket, any function. This is also a function like main only. Okay, this is the name of your function, this is the data type. Okay, now this is called the definition of your function. Okay, in this again all the statement which will be inside these two brackets, those will be executed for your factorial function. Okay, now one more thing important here is that when this is called your definition of your function. Okay, but before this you have to declare also this function. Okay, so that is the important step. So for declaration, what you have to do simply, okay, what you will do here for declaration, simply what you have to do is same way you have to write here int factorial. Okay, int factorial, and with the semicolon you have to declare your variable like this. Okay, and now one more thing is, see here, this factorial n, here we will pass the this inside this this parenthesis. If we don't have any parameter, then we have to simply keep it blank. But if we want to pass any parameters in our function, then we will write here. Okay, so let us suppose, because I want to find the factorial for any number, so I will take one variable here int number. Okay, so this is called your parameter. So this parameter a number I will pass from your this main function. So see here, one parameter I am having. So if you are having any parameter, then you have to include the data type of that parameter also while declaring that variable. Okay, so because we have only one parameter int number here, so that data type int I have included. If I am having two parameters here, okay, any int a1 and int a2, then I will, what I will do here is I will write here int, okay, because only the data type we have to write here. Okay, if I am having 3, then I can write int. If I am having one double, then I can write here one double. Okay, so only the data type I have to write here, because but here only one parameter is there. So up to here only I will include this int here. Okay, so this is nothing different, only the same, the factorial this function name, the data type, and here only the data type of the parameter which you are passing. Okay, which you are writing in your definition of the function. Okay, so before defining, you have to sorry, before defining you have to declare also your function here in C. Okay, now see, now this is done. Now what I have to do is, this is my factorial function. Okay, now what I have to do is, all the statement, all the statement what which were here. Okay, these were the statement to find the factorial. Okay, this I have included in my main function here. Now that I will write inside my factorial function. Only the difference is there that I have created a separate function factorial for finding the factorial, and these all step I will write there. Okay, so what were the steps? Okay, first of all I declared one variable int I and one int fact equals to 1. Okay, this I have done. Then what I have done is one for statement I have taken, I equals to 1, I less than equals to n, I plus plus, and then inside this fact equals to fact into I, the same statements. Okay, for finding the factorial. And then here, because I want to return this value, then this fact, instead of printing here, I want to return it. Okay, I want to return this fact value. Now see, fact is your integer data type. Okay, fact, what is your fact? Integer type. So you are returning an integer, that's why I have included this int here. This is the important thing. Okay, because this will be the type of value which your function is returning. My function is returning this fact here, and fact is of integer type, that's why I have included this int here. Okay, now you will return this fact here. Now where this fact will go? Here. Okay, here one important thing is now how we will call our function. Okay, now up to this it is clear. So here how you can call your function is, see here, there are so many methods. Okay, you can take any variable also. If I will take any variable here, int a. Okay, I will take int a equals to, and I will call this my function factorial. So I can, how I will call my function factorial. Okay, and this. Okay, so now inside this n, now what does this mean is, see, factorial n means now you are calling your factorial n function here. Now, and this, because see, this number is a, we have to pass any parameter, this number is, sorry, here this n will be your number. Okay, because this number is defined here, this is your number, this will be your number. Fine, because this number is the number for which I want to find the factorial, and this number from where I will get, when I will call this factorial function, this n I will this n I will pass to this factorial function at the time of calling. Okay, at the time of calling. So what does this mean is, see, simply this factorial n, what it is doing, this is calling this factorial function and passing this parameter n value to this variable number. Okay, now one more important thing here is that, see, this n is an integer type variable. So here the receiving parameter, here the receiving parameter should also be integer type. If I would have been passing any double value, like if this would be double n, so this should be double number. Okay, double, this parameter should also be the double type. Okay, so what is the important thing here? The whatever you are passing, at the time of the calling of the function, that the data type of dash should be same. Okay, this, the data type of this should be same like this. Okay, the receiving para, or we can say the receiving data type parameter should be same as the what which we are with what which we are giving at the time of our calling of our function. Okay, so now what will happen here, this will this int a, but this a will store this factorial, and it will call, so, and any value which you will pass, like let us suppose you have passed this 5 here at the time of, this will be from the user. So let us suppose you have given 5, so this n equals to 5, so this 5 will pass to this number n, so number will become now 5, and this, it will calculate the factorial for the number 5. Okay, so now what will happen when this factorial function will be your executed, then this return fact, this fact value will come to this a. Okay, this a, because from there we are passing, so this factorial value will come to here, and int a will store that value. Now if you want to print that factorial value, what you will do is printf percentage d comma this a you will print. So this a will give you the factorial of that given number. Okay, okay, so in this way also you can do, or you can directly do. Okay, one method is this, or you can directly also call like this also. This is also not wrong if you like printf like this, and directly also you can call your factorial function like this also. This way also you can call. Okay, so what it will do is this a I can skip also this variable directly. These two I can skip directly. I can write printf percentage d, and here only I will call factorial n value. Let us suppose 5 will pass here, and then this function factorial will be called. This will calculate the value. This return fact will come here, and then printf percentage d. This factorial value can also be printed like that. Okay, so you can have two ways also. Here I have taken, by taking any variable int a, I have taken any variable, and in that variable first I am storing that factorial value, whatever is coming from executing our factorial function, that value I am keeping in my int a variable. And see, now this is also, this a should also be integer type, because integer value you are getting, so this factorial n is returning an integer value, so a variable of integer type only will store that value here. Okay, so int a equals to, they will store this factorial value and you can print that value. Okay, so in this way, okay, in this way you can write the function in your C program. Okay, so what we have seen here, that we have to define that function, and we have to declare also that function, and whatever logic means, whatever all the steps of instruction, whatever is there for the factorial, we have to put inside that factorial separate function, and in the main function we have to just call that function. We have to just call that function. We will call any function like this, function name with the parameter, if it is having, because I am passing the parameter, the value for which I want to find the factorial, that we will call here, and then we can directly print here. Okay, so what the difference you can see in these two is that, see, this is a simple precise. Okay, this your main function is very precise, that the n value you have taken, now you want to find the factorial, you will directly only calling your factorial function, and that now it is the problem of your factorial function, that it has to calculate anyway your factorial and then give back to at the your main function. Your main function have not to worry about all the steps of your factorial, only your this factorial function will calculate it and simply pass it. Okay, so this main function has become your very precise. Okay, and one more advantage is that you can, in this way you can include so many arithmetic operation in it. Okay, I have included factorial. The same way, if I want to find the sum of any two number, again for that also I can make some again one more function, sum function I will create like factorial. One more function I will create here. Okay, and then directly in the main function I will call the sum function, that will calculate the sum of two number and will directly pass to your main function. Okay, so in this way it will become little precise, and the code will look a little bit good. Okay, that all the independent things are there, factorial separate function, sum factorial function, any other prime number function, that is you can create any number of functions here. Okay, and in your program. Okay, in this only we have included this factorial variable. Yes, we can include other also inside it only, but it will little bit like so messed up, like now it is very independent. For all we have separate code. Okay, so same way one more I will write here for sum. Okay, if I want to create for sum, then what I will do, in the same program only I will include one more function. Okay, I will include one more function. Let us suppose sum function I will create here. Okay, so this is the name of your function, this is your type of the value which your function is returning, and all the steps you will include inside the parenthesis. Now what you will do here, int c, one variable you will take, and in that you will you will take any two parameters. Let us suppose you are taking int a comma int b. Okay, okay, these two, for a and b I want to find the what sum. So I will take one variable int c, and the c will store the value of c equals to a plus b. Okay, now because the c is storing this value and I am putting this integer data type, means I want to return this integer value, so I will return the c value, and this will give you the sum of any two numbers. Okay, any two numbers which you will pass from your main function. Okay, which you will pass from your main function. Now what you can do here is one more, simply you will include this printf. Okay, printf percentage d, and now your sum function you will call with any two values for which you want to find a sum. Okay, so let us suppose I am taking any value here, int x equals to 5. Okay, and int y equals to 3. Okay, these two values I am taking here, and this x and y I will pass to my this function. The sum function I am calling here with the values x x and y. So this x will be 5 and y will be 3. So this sum function will be called, and where it will go? Your sum function here, so it will go here, and this a will get the value of x. And what is the value of x? So a will get the value 5, and this b will get the value of 5. So what is the value of 5? It is your 3. So what it will do in C will sum this value. 5 plus 3 equals to your 8. Okay, and this 8 is, C is your 8. So this return C, it will return this value. Now your sum function is completed. So where it will return? It will return from the point where it is called. Now it will return here. So this will print your value 8 finally. Okay, now see, one more function you have included it. Okay, in this way, as many functions you can include it. Okay, now one more important thing what I want to tell you here is, see, the parameters which we are putting here in the definition of the function, these are called your formal parameters. Okay, these are called your formal parameters. Fine. And the parameters, these are also your parameters which we are passing, this x comma y and this, and these are called your actual parameters. Okay, these are called your actual, this is also, these are called your actual parameters. So the parameters which you are passing at the time of calling of your function, those are called your actual parameter, and the function which you are putting in the definition of the function, those are called your formal parameters. Okay, so sometimes you can confuse also between this actual and formal, so you can remember it like this here. Okay, see, here we are defining only this a and b, we don't know what can be the values. Okay, so in the definition of function, because we want this parameter, so we have the formality to define those variable. Okay, so we are simply declaring here a and b, so that's why they are called your formal parameter. But at the calling of the function, you are passing the actual values for what you want to find. Like this n is the n will be the value for which you want to find the factorial. So that n, that is the actual value, and that you are passing to this formal parameters number. The same way this x and y are your, you know, there are 5 comma 3, those are your actual values, and this a and b that you are passing here. So that's why the parameter which we are passing at the time of calling of the function, those are called your actual parameter, because actual value are passing here, and these are called your formal parameter. So in this way also you can remember it. Okay, so this was all about this, that what we have learned here is that how we use the function in our C programming. First we have to define it. Okay, now this sum function also we have defined it, so we have to declare it also. Now how I will declare it, this is one important. See here how I will, this will be your void main. Okay, this is your void main. Now how you will define this again, same in sum, same thing, but what is there, two parameters are there and both are of integer type. Now I will declare it like this, int comma n. Okay, in this way I will declare. So as many functions you are defining, you have to declare it there. Okay, so this is one important point. Second is that you can write the separate function for any operation you want to include. Okay, and that for if I want to find the output or product of that particular function, I have to simply call. Okay, this was my main function, so this was inside this function. Okay, so that I have to call inside my main function. If like this, I have called factorial and sum, that I will call, and it will directly go to that function, it will execute it and return the value whatever we are returning. Okay, so this was all about this video, the simple how we write our functions in C and why they are useful. Okay, so hope you got it. Thank you.